fleek, whipping it to the beat. She can make you feel way up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Mirror pleaser. In love with the new me, from cutie to true beauty. I'm about to do it. You ain't never been touched. You ain't never been till you've been touched by the phone.
Okay, welcome back. I have already applied my moisturizer, which is the 1006 formula 1006. I then applied my NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Now, you have to use a moisturizer and a primer. A lot of people, and I get this question all the time, you know, I am a grease monkey, so I explain to them all the time. And doing your makeup and applying your makeup, you have to use a moisturizer. It's mandatory. You cannot skip it. A lot of people think, okay, if I skip it and just use a primer, I won't be so oily. Wrong. Your skin is fighting against what you put on it. So if you're not putting a moisturizer on it, it feels like it's dry. It's going to produce more oils, and it's just going to, it's not going to be a good thing. Again, today we are covering the everyday makeup, no makeup look. It's for you to look polished, for you to look like yourself. You're not changing any features. You're just bringing out some features. And it's just for you to look touched up and polished and, you know, look like you did something. So I'm going into my CoverGirl. Which one is this? The CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. I absolutely love this concealer. Like, hands down, love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, I'm going to place it on the back of my hand. I'm going to take a fluffy eyeshadow brush. This is a fluffy eyeshadow brush. I'm pushing it into the eyeshadow brush. Pushing it. Now, you want to really look at your face. You want to look at your face. You want to look at the structure of your face. You want to look at your blemishes. You want to look at what you want to cover. You want to really look at your face. So I put that dot there. I have a blemish here. Few over here. And I'm pushing it into the skin. Pushing. And I'm pushing it there and setting it there because it's going to start to dry. I have hyperpigmentation right here on both sides, actually, but it's more visible on that side. Around my nose, little spot right here on my nose. Have a little, what is that? I was about to say chick pock scar. Right here, right here. A little dark area from my mustache. You know, I got a little mustache. Blending, blending, blending. Go over, look at your whole face. See if there's any areas that you want to add more. So now I'm going to take a flat top foundation brush. A flat top foundation brush. And I'm going to take this and blend. So the reason we started with a smaller brush is because we want to make sure we spot control. We want to make sure we get all the areas we need to get. And the reason why we are going in with a flat top foundation brush is because now we want to make sure everything is blended. I'm going to take my brow soap. If I can get it open. This thing gets on my nerves sometimes. Come on. You got it. take my brow soap, my spoolie. So this is NYX Matte Finish Finishing Spray. I'm going to spray my spoolie. Dip it in my brow soap. Make sure I get all the product on it. There we go. And I'm going to brush them into the direction I want them to go. And what's so weird is this eyebrow grows down. This eyebrow grows up. The hairs. So I forced the ones over here to go the opposite direction. And this helps it. So take my finger, push, push, push. This helps them set in place before you start to use the pencil. I believe my pencil is a Revlon pencil. Nope, it's the L'Oreal pencil. And this one is L'Oreal Brow Stylish Definer. Ultra fine tip shaping pencil. Yes, and I actually love it. Small strokes. You want a light hand. You want light strokes. And lately, I've been liking the rounded brows instead of the sharp arch. And I've been liking the thicker tail. Light hand. So I'm using the CoverGirl Outlash Extreme Wear Concealer. And I'm going to mix two different colors. One is exactly my skin complexion. And one is one shade lighter. So I want to go in between. Small ankle synthetic brush. I'm working the product into the brush. You always want to work the product into the actual brush. And I'm going to begin to trace my brows. Now, you can skip this step if you want to. You don't have to trace your brows. But to me, it gives it, as a makeup artist, it just gives it that extra. Like, you know you did something extra. Okay, before it dries, I'm going to go with a fluffy brush and blend. You can either do that or use your finger. Bingo. Move on to the other side. With the steady hand, trace your brow. Again, you can skip this step. You don't have to do this step. You do not have to do this step. So I'm blending. You can always use your finger for this. I choose to use my brush today. You need a steady hand. Again, the brows will take you the longest to do out of the whole look. My daughter's yelling at our bunny Bella. That's because Bella's a badass. You would never think a bunny is bad. Bella's bad. You're blending. Look at that. Moving on to the next brow. Now we're doing our brows. Blend, 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 blend. There we go. Look at that. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Now we're going to go into concealing. You see these little dark circles? They not as bad as I be pretending them to be, but I need to look like I woke up, like I'm been awake. A little under the eye. Gotta get my little beauty blender. Under the eye. I'm gonna brighten that bad boy up. I'm gonna take my little baby beauty blender. I love this thing, my little baby beauty blender. And blend. It's already wet. And blend, 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 blend. You want to make sure it's wet, because if it's not wet, it will absorb into the beauty blender, and that's not what we want. We don't want that. Straight down the middle. You know, I have my daddy's nose, as well as I have a big forehead. Yes, honey, I have a big forehead. Less is more. Again, you don't want to look like you have anything on. Chin. And I like to do it around my mouth. I love to do it around my mouth. And the reason I love to do it around my mouth is because when you're trying to put on your lipstick, yes, honey, it works. So I'm going to take whatever's left over on the back of my hand and bring that here, because that's going to later on help your contour pop. And place the rest right here. Taking my CoverGirl Outlast powder, which is broken and crushed up because I dropped it. Now the powder finishes off the whole entire look. Because the powder has an additional pigment to it. So it literally finishes off the whole entire look. Look at that. Okay. Okay. Now we're going in with a Ruby Kisses matte powder foundation. And I'm taking my kabuki brush, swirling it. Circular motion. Circular motions. Bam.